Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome. Hold on, let me just share this. Hold on. My business pages. I was having the hardest time going live this morning, but then again, I also want to test different times still, even though I really like the morning. Hi, welcome. Just for people that are joining, I'm just sharing my live video a few different places, and if this resonates with you, please share my video as well. Okay. Welcome, guys. Excuse me. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm actually I know I usually say that I'm going to make this stuff quick, but I do want to make this quick. I'm a little strapped for time, and I also wanted to say that I was not on live. Hi, Dennis. I was not on live on Friday. I've actually decided to go live only 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, as opposed to, I love my hat, 5 days a week. I have been struggling a little bit with time management in my life. The things I struggle with, I teach, right? That's why I teach. So, and that's why I came up with this topic today, because it's been on my mind. Hustle versus align. Something that is near and dear to me. I actually resonate with the word hustle. I've been doing it my whole life. So I wanted to kind of talk about it. I've been doing it my whole life. It doesn't necessarily mean it resonates, but we'll get into that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Justine Leslie. I'm a spiritual coach. I am a spiritual teacher, whatever you want to call me. I am... What I do is I empower people to use their intuition, mostly for passion and purpose, but for other areas of their life. I help people get spiritually connected, and I help people, sorry, this is falling, help people heal themselves and create a life of emotional freedom, right? Because that is what the main goal is, right? Everybody wants to be emotionally free. Everybody wants to live a life that feels good to them. So that is a common thread I think a lot of people share. So I am here to help. I'm also an intuitive card reader. I read some angel cards if you're interested. And I'm also a crystal healer. I use the power of crystals to help heal myself, help heal others. They have a lot of shielding properties as well, so they're really great. They have tons of uses, and I am certified in that. I'm also an empathic mentor. If you find you are empathic, please message me. We can talk about it. It just means that you feel energy very deeply, and I can really, really help you out there. So definitely message me for that. All right, let's get into it, guys. I look a little messy today. I'm wearing my favorite hoodie. I'm good to go. And I got my coffee, so let me just take a sip. All right. So today I wanted to talk about hustle versus align. So, hustle. What is hustle? So, my whole life I've been describing myself as a hustler. So, I have never just had one job in my lifetime. Everybody kind of asks me, how do you afford that? How do you do that? I just say I work my ass off to get the things that I want to do, and or the things that I want to have and do. And it has gotten me in trouble in the past. When I was about 23, I put myself in the hospital because I hustled a little too much, right? I did too much hustling. So I remember the doctor at the time, when he was shooting me up with morphine, he asked me when was the last time I sat down. And he said, not sleep, not when you slept, but when was the last time you sat down? And I couldn't remember. So that's the kind of hustling I'm talking about, is on the go, continuously on, all the time. No rest, no fun, that type of thing. Making money as the top priority. That's the difference, right? So when you hustle, you're putting money at the top of the priority. You are hustling for the money. or, I mean, you can be hustling for your goals, but at the same time, what are you really busy doing? And that's the question I had to ask myself maybe about 4 to 5 years ago when I had my spiritual awakening, because my spiritual awakening also showed me that hustling is not exactly the answer, right? And then I came across this word alignment. So alignment means when you're in full alignment with your passion, your purpose, and your higher self, right? So that means that you're actually doing tasks day by day that are actually aligned. Is it because of some drugs or it's natural? I'm not sure what you are referring to. Sorry. Just be a little bit more specific. But yeah, so aligning has more to do with passion, purpose, and aligning with your higher self. So I was actually, when I had that breakdown years ago, I was waiting tables at 3 different restaurants. That's not exactly in alignment with what I truly wanted to do. It was really just so I can pay my rent, pay my bills, make enough money, that type of thing. But the more you slow down, the more money you make. That's what people don't really understand, and I'll tell you why. So many entrepreneurs out there that you may not know, they get about 8 hours of sleep. It's not true that if in order to be successful, you have to get 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. That's not true. The most successful people in the world are well-balanced, well-rested, and well-nourished. It's a misconception that a lot of people have, is that you have to sacrifice your self-care to be successful. That's not true. You can achieve all your goals in the time that you're meant to achieve it if you align with what is truly your passion, purpose, and higher self. So that means that the more we can slow down and really listen to our intuition, right? Here's that word again, intuition. Listen to our intuition and set up our lives as everyday goals of things that we need to be doing to achieve that goal and achieve how we want to feel as opposed to how of what we want. We can create a better life for ourselves, and we can create time for the self-care, right? It's a huge misconception that there's not enough time. There's an abundance of time, and guess what, guys? There's an abundance of money, because let me just tell you, if you tell the universe what you want, and I've spoken about this before, it will respond back as long as you are clear, and that's what it is. When I was hustling, right, when I was working those 3 restaurant jobs and going to school full time, I was not telling the universe that I wanted more time because I had lack of time. So I was telling lack. I was constantly in lack, and then I exploded, right? I crashed, and I'm not. The universe can't respond can't respond with abundance if we're not acting in abundance, right? So if I'm saying I have no time, and I've been telling myself that in the last 2 weeks or so, I have no time, I am not giving the clear signals to the universe. Does that make sense? Can I get some hearts or some likes if we're following me, if that makes sense? Everything is a mirror, right? I talk about this all the time with the universe. Everything is a mirror. Everything that we put out there comes back, right? That's everything. I made some notes this morning. Also, I noticed that when I hustle, that's when the anxiety comes in, because that's the anxiety about the lack, right? So if you have anxiety, I ask yourself to, not sure, I just joined. At least you're honest. So I ask you, and I challenge you to ask yourself why you have anxiety, and some of that is related to money and time, and that's with ask yourself if you're hustling, and if you're hustling, ask yourself, what am I really busy doing? What am I telling the universe? What kind of energy, what kind of vibes am I giving out? Ask yourself those hard questions. So I made some notes. Sorry, guys, that's what I'm looking at. But I just want to make sure that I get this all down. I get this all out. So when I say align, right? So I covered hustle already. So when I say align, like, what does exactly that mean? What does that mean exactly? Sorry, I can't speak today, guys. like I said, that means being in your being with your highest self and your passion and your purpose. And these are super important. And the way that you can find these out is by listening to your intuition. And that's something that I do. But ways to know that you are actually aligned, besides, if you feel like that it's very hard for you to listen to your inner being, your inner knowing, your intuition, right? That's what intuition is. There are some things that you can recognize in your everyday life that will let you know that you're on a path of alignment. So, for me and for a lot of other people, you can notice it with angels and the angel numbers. So if you start seeing 1111 a lot, that means that you're on the right path of your passion or purpose. And they do that. That's a common, I can't speak today, guys. That is a common sign. That's the word I'm looking for, sign. A common sign that you're actually on the right path. My sister is going through that right now, actually, and she doesn't really realize it, but she's seeing 1111 most times. And also, if you see your birthday, right? Mine is June 13th. I see 613 a lot. Hers is June 6th. She sees 606. So, just by seeing those numbers, it's letting you know that you're on the right path and to keep going. So it's a nice little reminder to know that you are actually aligned and things will start unfolding for you as long as you keep going on the path. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. And the number one surefire way to know if you're on the right path is, can anybody guess? No? Okay. Just having some fun today, guys. I'm a little delirious. I'm on lack of sleep because, like I said, I teach because I have to get back in alignment. Like, some days I'm just not there, and I'm human, right? So I'm just trying to get there, and that's why I teach about it. But the number one way to know you're in alignment is that it feels good. It's gotta feel good. If it doesn't feel good, you're not on the right path. If it doesn't feel good, I'm repeating this. If it doesn't feel good, you're not on the right path. Listen to what your feelings are trying to tell you. Listen to what your intuition is telling you. If you dance out of an interview because you have a good feeling that you may have gotten it, or that you're really excited about the opportunity, listen to the dance, right? You're dancing for a reason. I know I say this and it might sound a little obvious, but you don't know how many people are living their life not listening to that inner voice, right? We're all just trying to do what we think we're supposed to be doing. That's so not the case. If you want to live the life that's truest to you, that's not the case. So if it feels good to you, that means you're in alignment. Does that make any sense? I just do too much. We all do too much, right? That's why I'm here. Like I said, we all do too much. It's good to just slow down and kind of look at, and that's kind of what I do too with coaching, is that we can kind of look at like the tasks that we're doing every day and what we're focusing on, to get where we need to go. That's part of it. So, a lot of people do too much. I think that's like the number one problem with a lot of people is, this life is so beautiful. There's so many things to do. There's so many goals to accomplish, which is why I've never really understood why when people said they were bored, how could you be bored? There's so much to do. There's so much. Learn a new language, take a new class. Like, life is about learning. Hang out with an old friend. There's tons to do. I don't get boredom. It doesn't make any sense. So, all right, cool. I'm gonna close up here. I told you it would be a quick one. Just remember, and honestly, if you're doing a task every day and you suspect that it might not be serving you, that you may just be doing it for hustling, and let me just say, I'm gonna digress like really quick because I want to make this clear. I get it. We have to do things sometimes where we have to pay our bills, right? We have to pay our bills. So sometimes we may have to work at a job that we don't want to do, right? And hustle at a job. But we also have free will, and we're also the creators of our own life, right? So we may have to do that right now, but everything is temporary. Even feelings. Let's not forget that. So we do have the power to change our environment, to change our jobs, and to get ourselves out of situations that are depleting us, right? It may take time, but as long as we have a plan or we make or we make strides every day to kind of get to where we are. And we're going back to the mirror, right? We're letting the universe know if we take strides every day, that we are making a conscious choice to change our situation. So, okay, so I'm going to sign off now. Hustle versus align. Think about it. Think about what you're doing every day. And kind of reevaluate where that's coming from, if that makes any sense. Are you hustling? Are you aligning? Alrighty, I am out of here. I will be on tomorrow morning. Hopefully I don't have any problems with my Wi-Fi like I did this morning. Sorry about that. Thanks for being patient, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.